Yeah, it's your boy Fistin. That is out. Bring another great edition of Call of Duty for me to you, because that's what I do. Been playing Battlegrounds. Sorry guys, I haven't been posting onto the series about how to get better at Infinite Warfare. As much as I like this game, Battleground has been really challenging because I've been using the Xbox Elite controller for a PC game that doesn't have any support. So my aiming is absolutely horrid. So I look at this game and it's like I'm so tempted to go back and play this game because, I mean, I don't think people appreciate how nice the aiming is in this game. And yes, my microphone, my Yeti for some reason is fried. I don't know, it's crackling. So I have to use this iPad microphone, and I know it sucks. It's not that I don't care. I do care. I just haven't I haven't checked the Yeti mic on another computer to realize if it's worth fixing or just buying a new one. I don't know yet. And it's just crazy. There's a lot of things going on. I'm trying to keep this basic for you guys, but you know, if you haven't played a DayZ or HZ, H1 or any of those games, more or less survival games that are on an open server. You know, if you look back at Mag Beta and some of the other games that had this kind of somewhat idea, but couldn't bring it together as to what people wanted to play, multiple people on a server. And yeah, I believe that, you know, nobody's brought a survival game to the console yet, a multiplayer way, anyways. And I think that a third-person game, like a survival game like Battlegrounds, if somebody copied it and made a better version of the game with better controls, that, you know, first-person shooter, you know, could take a back seat once again. I mean, if you look back at it a long time ago, third-person shooter, Rainbow Six, was really big on the Xbox before any first-person shooter game was. So, or graw, if you look at games like that. So, you know, maybe we might see a survival game by Ubisoft, and that'll be their way to get back on the console. I don't know. But as far as this game is concerned, I think, you know, you guys, if you haven't played Battlefield and try to play with a joystick with no controller support, you should be very thankful for this game. And I'm not saying, like, you know, I should be begging the developers to, like, take my money. That's not the case. I want them to do a great job. But at the same time, I like some innovative new stuff. You know, I really would like a new style. I think first-person shooters aren't a bad idea, but I think, you know, we need something new added to it. And I wouldn't be surprised if, and I made this suggestion, to go ahead and get rid of zombies. I think zombies had its time. It's over. It's time to insert a survival meta type game as a second game. You know, I mean, if you're a struggling studio and you're watching this video that is either Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer, you know, drop the alien zombie ripoff of Treyarch and come up with your own thing, like jack the survival style game type from DayZ Modern. I would jack that in a second. And the game would be huge. More people would play survival than they would play this type of first-person shooter. And I'm not saying that this first-person shooter isn't dope, because it is, and anybody who hates on it because they can't chew bubblegum and talk at the same time. Survival and this game are two extreme styles of play style, but in the same sense, same type of skill. So it's refreshing to switch over from one to another. So I'm sorry I'm using the Infinity Ward or Infinite Warfare gameplay to talk about that, but I think it needs to be said. You know, with all this YouTube drama about, oh, you know, we lost our money and $750 million, and I'm not getting CPMs and blah blah blah, and then nobody wants to cover Call of Duty videos anymore because they're not getting paid. You know, it's ridiculous. I mean, I joined this forum 10 years ago to share my gaming experiences with you. Any money that I made was just extra. I've never ever planned to live off of YouTube, although others became very filthy rich, and it's kind of sad. So, but you know, I think we're going to see a changing of the guard in gameplay. I mean, I pointed this out. I pointed it out multiple times. I mean, you have a new community of players who like this style of game. You know, exo boosting and all that stuff. And then I seen Battlefield 44, Battalion 44, or whatever, where they have the Quake engine and they built strafe jumping into the game. I mean, what's the difference between an exosuit that you have to learn to jump and style and all that, and the difference between learning that and learning the strafe jump, which is a built-in glitch bug into the program that was taken out specifically for that, and now they're bringing it back in 44. So the point being is this, you know, at least it's in the game. It's like exosuits, and it's for everybody, and they know it's there. Not like something that's hidden, that's built in, like strafe jumping. I think that's ridiculous. I think that's the wrong way to go, too. I think all these games, we're going to have an oversaturation of Battlefield 1944, World War II games. I mean, it's still too much. They should have stayed the course. They had their own community, and I think they should have just went ahead and absorbed survival into their style of gameplay, which would have been amazing. I'd have loved to see something like Marvel or DC Comics specials into the first-person shooter game with a open field survival type game. You know, I mean, how awesome would that be? You could be a specialist. So let's say you could be like the Hulk or something, you know, or you have Hulk power. I'm just using that as an example, or Captain America or whatever. And you're special, you get to use that in an open 99-player survival type game with first-person shooter style Call of Duty. That would be magnificent. But it's just like, I think that Call of Duty is making a bunch of left-hand turns, and when they're going to do that, I think like games like survival type games, one of the first ones that ever comes out, especially the new console's going to come out, I don't think Call of Duty is going to have a place as much as it should be if it goes back to like old boots on the ground. That's just my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this gameplay. I know it didn't cover how to get better at Infinite Warfare. I'll try to do that when I play next week, but I've been playing Battlegrounds. So, excuse the mic. Until next time, it's your boy Fizz. Peace. I'm out.
What the fuck do I mic with?